What is up, humans? Good morning. I think it's Wednesday, the 7th, July 7th, maybe. I came in a little early today to work on this video because we've been slammed at the shop and I haven't had any time at all. But the other day somebody asked me like if I had any grails at home or any like shoes that I've sat on for a long time. And my answer was not really, but it was a little more in depth than that. When SB first came out, I guess I should say preface that with I've been vegan for about since I was 18 years old, 18 to 20, vegetarian, vegan, and on. So when I first got an SB account, I didn't wear leather at all. Every now and then I kind of make some exceptions these days, just so I can try out new technology, etc., so that I'm able to sell my customers the shoes they want, etc. When I first opened the shop, it was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to only sell synthetic or vegan shoes. And that's a whole debate in and of itself. But that said, early on when I opened the shop, I did, I kind of focused on all the dunks that were non-leather. So probably one of the most famous of those, or the most sought after, would have been the ray guns. So the ray guns were made out of a synthetic leather that at the time when they came out, people were kind of bummed on the materials because they weren't like a high-end premium leather. Well, let's fast forward to today where those shoes tended to hold up better and crease less. So actually they are more sought after now just because the materials hold up to time, which is kind of something to be said. For me, I skated in mine, so they were done. I think a friend of mine, Michael Flores, might have bought my, I can't even remember. It's been so long since I parted ways with my ray guns. Michael Flores, if you're out there watching this video, maybe comment below and tell him I'm pretty sure you bought my old ray guns that I didn't skate in, but I think I might have worn them. I can't remember, but this was back in the day. I just bought a house and I needed money for the mortgage, so I started moving some shoes. And so that said, I had the veggies, I had the ray guns, we had the Dinosaur Junior Highs, stuff like that. The Reese Forbes obviously is one of my favorites, and I still have those. I brought those out in a previous video not too long ago. But I do have things like the Lost Blazers still, and I have the Huff Blazers. A lot of people don't know about those, but look up the Huff Nike Blazer SBs. They're pretty sick. It says Dirtbag Crew on the heel. Looks like old Chuck Taylors, which you guys know I wear Chuck Taylors a lot. So anyway, I've always been really interested in alternative materials for shoes. And lately, a lot of the brands are kind of moving towards, literally branding it as the move to zero. So zero carbon emissions, zero waste, etc., etc. People just want to be more sustainable. And that is in apparel, that's in fashion, that's in footwear, that is also in our diet. I wasn't going to talk about all this first, but it seems like this is kind of flowing pretty decent. I dove really deep into this book by Paul Shapiro called Clean Meat. In that book, it talks about where our food comes from and the impact of our agriculture on, or especially animal agriculture, on the planet and the environment. So I've always been fascinated with that sort of stuff. Like I said, I've been vegan most of my life. But that just made me start to think. I'm like, okay, so if we're going to start culturing or growing meat in labs, which sounds gross at first, but really dive into that, guys. I think you'd be surprised. It could be a lot more healthy. It could be a lot better. It could be a lot more tasty. That's beside this point. But it made me start thinking, if we change how we're getting the food or providing the food to our culture, that's going to shift what kind of materials we're using in our footwear. So I've really been diving deep into these, every time there's a new material for footwear. I kind of dive into it. I just want to see it. I want to hold it. I want to, feel what it's like, et cetera, et cetera. It's just super exciting to me, like new material science. And so Nike, Adidas, et cetera, New Balance. I'm wearing some New Balances right now. I got some Reeboks that are made from recycled ocean plastic. I have some Adidas that are made by the same thing. And I got these Happy Pineapples that are part of the Move to Zero effort by Nike. And because all these companies are doing this, I don't think it's a fad. I think because these huge corporations are really involved in world global politics because they're providing footwear to all of the humans, I think they kind of know a lot more about what's going on for the future than maybe you do or I do. You know what I'm saying? Like they realize that there's going to be these big shifts in how we feed people and how we provide clothing and footwear for a population to be sustainable. So I really think that this is something that we need to embrace and kind of encourage those companies to do. I don't think whether we encourage them or not, it's going to change what they do. I do think the move to zero is going to be just the way things go. That said, I'm going to bust out these Happy Pineapples, which are made from a material called Pinatex. And that fabric was made by a woman, I can't remember her name, but she's a long-time fashion, worked in the leather industry and saw how terrible it was, and so she decided to develop a different type of material. After a long process, she kind of moved towards pineapple leather. It's a byproduct of raising pineapple, which I guess is the second largest fruit crop on the planet. I didn't know that, but I just learned that. Possibly. Maybe, could be, maybe not. Anyway, let's take a look at these things. I'm really excited about them. My pair that I got did have a little stain on the toe. I'm kind of thinking about sending them back, but maybe not. I'm just going to wear them anyway. So anyway, this is the Happy Pineapple Pinatex. They don't say that. They don't say Pinatex or Pinatext on the Nike branding at all, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't say Pinatex at all as far as like what Nike put into the shoe, but that is the company that they partnered with to make this Happy Pineapple Air Max 95. And there you go. I think these things are super sick. I did just buy them off Nike.com, so it's not like something that is just blowing off the shelves or whatever like we see so many sneaker drops do. I was able to just pick them up. I did order the Air Force Ones of the same series for myself, but I tried to get those off StockX and it didn't work. It didn't pass inspection, so maybe they were fake or maybe they were dirty. These are a little dirty right out of the box, I will say. There's some dirt here on that shoe. On the other shoe, there's dirt on the toe. But I think, it doesn't say where the materials is the Pinatex or Pinatex. I'm not sure what it's called, but it may be this softer material here, or it may just be this material here, which feels very durable. It kind of feels like, when you get those mailers that are you get something in the mail and it's like that really thick, hard to tear paper. That's honestly how it feels, which is a little weird, but it looks cool. I like the way it looks. I like the different material. I would like to see a full shoe made of pineapple leather just so I could skate it and see what happens. I did get some cactus leather shoes by Clay. I haven't skated in those. They're not skate shoes by any means, but I just wanted to see how they held up. But the cactus leather feels super supple and super durable and super nice. That video is like 5 or 6 videos ago. If you want to check those out, maybe I'll try to remember to link that in this description here. But Anyway, there you go. There's a look at this Air Max 95. You can see that they use the regrind or the Nike grind material for the sole, so that is recycled material in the sole. It does say on this card here, if you want to read that, it does say made with at least 20% recycled content to reduce carbon footprint, you know. So anyway, there's a little card that talks about it. I encourage you guys to pick up some of these things whenever Nike does the move to zero. There are some other plant-based shoes out there. There's an Air Max 90 that came out recently, and some other stuff too. I can't pick up everything because I'm on a budget, but I did want to pick up this pineapple leather shoe just so I could see the materials. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Look at that. That's that dirty spot on the toe. What? How are you gonna send me a shoe that dirty? That's okay. I'm wearing them. I will say, dude, I don't know what Nike's done to their fit. Like, everything is so tight. I went up a full size in these. I went up to a 12 because I usually wear an 11, but I've gone up at 11 and a half in all Nike footwear, and pretty much all footwear across the board just to treat my feet better. But these are a 12 and they're still tight, which is crazy to me. I've never worn a 12 that was tight before. So it's not tight this way, it's tight this way. You know, like, it's tight this way. I got plenty of room here, but it's just so tight here. I don't know. Hopefully they'll loosen up as I wear them around. I'm gonna try to wear them today, actually. So after I made this video, I wanted them to be fresh and as clean as possible until I made this video. Anyway, I don't have a lot to say about these things. I mean, it is old technology, you know. It's just like it's from '95, you know. So the Nike Air technology in these shoes is pretty old, so it's nothing new to talk about. But I do like the colors. The materials feel good. Yeah, that's it. I don't have a lot. Oh, this is kind of cool too. The cork insole, which I can't pull these insoles out. They are fixed in the shoe, but you know, normally I pull them out and I show you guys what it looks like, but it is fixed in the shoe with this one. I could pull it out, but I'd rip it out because it's kind of loosely glued in there. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to say. I do want you to have a good look at this shoe, so I hope that I'm showing you well enough. Like the Nike SBs, I don't have as much to talk about because I don't see Air Max 95s as much as I see Dunk Highs and Dunk Lows. Anyway, that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you this and talk about these crazy material stories. If anybody out there knows anything about material science or the future of materials or anything, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, please connect with me in the comments below. I just love that stuff and I want to learn more about it. So that's it. I guess I'm going to wrap this video up. I know I didn't really take this deep dive into the shoe, but the pineapple guy looks cool. There you go. Air Max 95. Happy pineapple. I love it. Kind of cool. Let me know what you guys think. Smaller carbon footprint. Larger footprint overall though, because I have to wear a 12. Nah, that's probably the same. I'm going to shut up. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. All the best. Love Blue Tile. See you in the next video.